I unlocked my German MiG-15. It was the first MiG-15 that I've ever unlocked. I didn't know how to play this thing. I didn't know how to do anything with it since I'm a Saber pilot. I'm used to more of a maneuverable plane when it comes to rolling and defensive flying. And what I really discovered about the MiG-15 is it doesn't have that roll capability that the Saber has. At that, the guns are, they're low velocity, and if you're playing the MiG-15, especially for the first time, it's going to get, it's not like a pinpoint shoot. It's not a laser gun like the Saber F2's gun. It's not like the 50 cals, it's slow velocity. And the trick with the slow velocity guns is, if you think that you have enough lead, just lead a little bit more, just a tiny bit more, and you'll get your target. The other thing that I noticed about the MiG-15Bis is, the guns, they shred anything. Once that 75mm hits, it's going to kill planes. And you're going to get a lot and a lot and a lot of critical hits in the MiG-15Bis, but those critical hits will eventually get that plane down, especially if it's going to be a critical hit on the engine. But the main thing that I noticed about the MiG-15 is it needs a lot and lots and lots of patience. I tried flying it like a Saber for the first time, like staying to the deck, getting some speed, like 1000 kph, and that didn't really work out. Because the MiG-15Bis is a medium to high altitude jet. It really performs at high altitude, and if you're going to play at low altitude, Sabers are going to shred you. Well, I started the battle and I took the climb, and a really good friend of mine by the name of Arrow really helped me a lot with the MiG-15, especially how to climb in it. So thank you, Arrow. He's a really good guy. Has more than 11 years of experience in War Thunder. He started playing it since the alpha testing. He really knows the ins and outs of the game. But anyway, what he told me is just get your speed, get around 750 to 800 kph. Start climbing at a 15-degree angle. Once you lose a bit of speed, like 700 kph to 650 kph, just level off, gain some speed, and climb at a 25-degree, then head to the battle. He also advised me to be extremely patient with the MiG-15, and I noticed that a lot, like I said before. Because the MiG-15 really locks up at high speed. He also told me to stay in the range of 650 to 800 kph. That will allow the MiG-15 to be maneuverable and get, like, it doesn't lock up when you try to roll. I took those advices under consideration, and seriously, the MiG-15, now I understand why people really love this plane. I understand why they say Sabers are extremely easy mode, because the MiG-15 is a beast, and if you know how to fly it, well, you're going to get a lot of fun. However, in this match, or in this meta, well, you're not going to have a lot of fun, because every single match that I get into, it's a mixed battle. The Americans and the British and the French, well, the allies in general, are not playing that much. You're going to face the same jets that you're going to face every day, and Mitsubishi T-2 as well. You cannot do anything to those in a MiG-15 unless you get them by surprise. Another thing with the MiG-15 is when you're trying to dive, just use that air brake. And why you use the air brake in a MiG-15 and not in a Sabre? Because the MiG-15 or the MiGs in general, they have the acceleration to get that energy back. Sabres, they do not have that acceleration, sadly. That's why with Sabres you're going to preserve your energy as much as possible and limit yourself to boom and zooming. Like, that is the most advisable method to play the Sabre. Well, the battle has started. We're engaging some enemies. I got a G91 in front of me, the YS variant. I shoot a little bit late, get him quite a bit. I got a critical on him. And you see here, I just extend away, loop back, and re-engage the enemy. Another thing with the MiG-15, if someone is trying to kill you, just take him to the vertical, because with the MiG-15 in the vertical you cannot lose any engagement. I make a split S on the G91. My friendly is trying to engage him. I get him, and that's when the 37 millimeters hit. This thing is an absolute beast. Now I'm trying to regain my altitude, think of a target to engage, and I see an F6F behind me. It's a premium Sabre from the new packs that War Thunder released, and it has air-to-air missiles, excuse me, and the whole everything basically. But like I said, just take him to the vertical. That's how you're going to fight against Sabres. I took him to the vertical a bit. I rolled, escaped his gunfire. I rolled again, trying to get him to maneuver a bit. He has that roll rate, he has that speed, so I had to like extend my air brakes, and he makes the fatal mistake of going to another friendly and killing him in a head-on. Now I really am on his 6. He has, I have excessive energy, so I try to extend the air brakes. He comes up from below me, I get the shot, he is completely destroyed. And that's another thing about the MiG-15Bis, or the MiG-15s and 17s, or the MiGs in general. They accomplish reversals like crazy. They do the best reversals ever. On the left, near our airfield, I spot a G91. I don't know which variant is that. He's engaging the MiG-15, or the MiG-15 is engaging him. And what I noticed about him in this battle is, well, he's getting those AA planes. And I really don't know why people go for AA planes, but unless you're trying to ramp up your kills, like kills to death ratio, so a clan may accept you or something like that. And I don't know, it's a method to grind some silver lions, but still, man, just focus on the battle. You're useful like that. So I thought that he's going to head on me. I ducked down a bit. I saw that he's turning. He launched his only hope of defeating me, which is the air-to-air missile. I get on his 6, shoot. I didn't get a firing solution. I look back, trying to get him. He's really, really low on energy, and I'm going to get him soon enough. I go on his 6. He's really stalled out. A couple of shots dismembered him, and at this moment I'm returning to the airfield since it's really close to me, and I'm trying to land. At this moment I believe that we have 2 enemies left, two Mitsubishi T2s, and this where my game got terribly, terribly bad. So I got back up, repaired, refueled, re everything basically, fresh pilot in the cockpit, and with the Mitsubishi T2 T2s in the game, I had to go the opposite side of the airfield itself, loop back, and then go to re-engage. I need a bit of altitude so I can, well, mess with them a bit. But that's the thing. With the Mitsubishi T2s, they're excellent. They're excellent at everything, and they basically have, as I recall, more than 90 meters per second climb rate and 35 something turn rate at stock. Also, they're equipped with radar and air-to-air missile. I spot a Mitsubishi T2 in the horizon, 10 clicks away from me. I'm going to engage. With this plane, I need the help of my teammates so I can take him down. But seriously, he will make the fatal mistake and head on that Mi-262, and well, he's going to get killed easily. And this is the frustrating part right now in jets. You cannot catch that Mitsubishi T2 whatever you do. You cannot catch it. Maybe you're going to get it by surprise. I extremely understand that. It is killable that way. The 262 just got him in a head-on. Was smart by him. It's a 50-50 chance. I don't like head-ons, and especially in a MiG-15, I prefer not to head-on because, well, my firing capability is not condensed enough. My guns don't make those condensed shots to make a proper head-on. Not like the Sabres, for example, 50 cals or 20 millimeters. They have that condensed fire rate. It's amazing. At this point, I'm going to, well, congratulate the Mi-262 on getting that T2 in a head-on, and that other T2, well, he uses his radar. He's going to see me. I'm in the middle of typing, and he will come up behind me and shoot me down that easily. And just like that, I lost my plane, and it is I cannot describe how much I got frustrated at the moment. Because that MiG, like, I'm in a MiG. I don't have radar, I don't have like great climb rate as he does, I don't have enough acceleration as he does, I don't have enough speed as he does, and he simply climbs to space, uses his radar, sees me, comes in, and, well, gets the kill. Now I'm completely furious, and, well, War Thunder shouldn't have introduced this jet this early. With the introduction of the MiG-19s, the German ones, and the Russian one, and the introduction of the F-100, I am not against that. They're, well, you can get to them. Sometimes you can accelerate them, out-accelerate them. I'm sorry, with the right plane, or you can even keep up with them. But a Mitsubishi T2, that's way overkill. A Mitsubishi T2 is death row. Seriously. And as you see here, he's climbing like crazy. 900 kph, retaining energy. He has those air-to-air missiles. I mean, what can you do to this plane? He's at 8,000 meters, just like that. And look at that acceleration, he's accelerating greatly. I mean, the Mitsubishi T2 was a plane that was produced in 1975 and retired in 2005. That is not an ordinary jet, that's that is, I don't know how to describe it. It's an overkill for War Thunder at the moment, especially when you get up tiered a lot. Well, I got really frustrated. I had a really good conversation with him, and seriously, he told me that he doesn't even know how to fly the MiG-15. I'm sorry, how to fly the T-2. So, with the MiG-15, what are its weaknesses? What are its strengths? Well, the MiG-15Bis has really good acceleration. You can use that acceleration to, well, basically get out of a lot of sticky situations that you get yourself into. The MiG-15 is also a great plane when it comes to armaments, when it comes to speed, when it comes to reversals, when it comes to everything. It is a dream to fly. The only thing that you have to keep in mind, it's not like the Sabre. If you are a Sabre player, it is not like the Sabre at all. You cannot go at low altitudes. You cannot go at well, roll with a Sabre. That will be literally impossible, especially in a stock plane. And by the way, my plane right now, it is stock. My plane is not research. I only have the fuselage repair on it, and that's about it. But if you use it smartly, if you use it carefully, be patient. That's the most like thing that you have to concentrate on. Be patient. You cannot head on, you cannot do anything. And conserve your ammo. Really, really conserve your ammo, because you don't have that much of ammo. You have 140 rounds split between those two 23 millimeters and one well, 60 rounds or less, 40, I don't recall, in the main gun, which is the 37 millimeter. So you really have to conserve ammunition. Other than that, this plane is a joy to fly. But War Thunder really needs to fix the T2 problem and the up-tiering of these kinds of jets into a supersonic match, because it's literally quite impossible to catch T2s. It's literally quite impossible to outclimb them or outmaneuver them. Well, outmaneuver them, that depends on the plane, but still they have that acceleration to compensate for it, especially if they get into a sticky situation. So guys, I really hope that you enjoyed watching. Please subscribe, like, share, do whatever you want, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Take care.